Alright, Jason. Now we are going to do our Skinfold measurements. This is going to help us determine your percent body fat, which, based off of how much you weigh, we'll be able to decide how much of your weight is due to fat-free mass and how much of it is due to fat. And based on that number that we find, we will be able to adjust your diet and exercise to try to get into a range that we are comfortable with. So to start off, I'm going to take a measurement. For our first site, it's going to be the abdominals, and this site that we'll be measuring here will be 2 centimeters away from the belly button. So I'm going to be touching your belly button here and finding that measurement, 2 centimeters. Then we will grab the calipers, which, before I do this, I should tell you, I'm going to pinch that site with one hand and then place the calipers underneath and pinch that area. That's how we're going to determine how much fat is in that area. So you will feel a little bit of uncomfortableness, but it will not last too long, and I will try to be as gentle as I can be while trying to get accurate numbers. Do you mind if I pinch you? Go ahead. Okay, pinch away. So I will pinch right along your belly button there, calipers underneath, and we get 33. So we'll mark that down. And then if you could turn around for me, please, we will get the tricep. To find the landmark for this site, we will measure from the acromion process, which will be right there. Put the 0 there. And I will bring this down to the, can you bend your elbow at 90 degrees? Thank you. Down here to 38. This is a measurement from the acromion process down to the olecranon process. And then we mark our site right in the middle there. Right in the middle of the tricep, again, Jason, I'm going to pinch the back of your triceps. Pinch up top there, and then the calipers will go underneath. And we get our number of about 17. So we'll mark that down. And then Jason, if you could spin back around for me. The next site will be the bicep. We're going to use that mark we made on the triceps and go 1 centimeter below it around to the belly of the biceps, which we have marked right there. We can use this as a little reference point, centimeter below, right into the belly of the muscle. Jason, I'm going to pinch your biceps now. Okay. So I pinch up top, squeeze underneath, and we get 11. Moving on to our next site, which is the chest. On the chest, we will measure from the crease of the armpit, so I will be touching that area right now, to the nipple, which we get 12, and then we make our mark right at that 6 centimeter mark. Back to the calipers. I'm going to pinch that area now. So I grab that area, calipers underneath, and we get 19. So mark that down. Next, we move on to the calf. We're going to stay on the right side as we have this whole time. You can pull your shorts up for me a little bit. Thank you. This area we're going to be at the widest part of the calf, so we have measured this out already and found that that area is the widest part. And then we want to be on the medial side of the calf, so we measured from the midline of the back of the calf all the way to the front of the shin, which we found was 16 centimeters. We marked the 8 centimeter mark. So that's the site we will use for this. Get a good angle here. I'm going to attempt to grab some fat on the calf here. Come underneath it. And we get 11. Mark 11 down. Next is the mid-axillary. So, Jason, if you can bend your arm up forward here. The site that we will use here will be from the middle of the armpit, coming down to the line where the xiphoid process meets, and that's the site we will use. So, Jason, I'm going to pinch under your armpit now. Grab the skin, calipers, we get 21. Next will be the sub-scat. Jason, if you can turn around. The landmark we use here will find the tip of the scapula, and we're going to go 2 centimeters below that mark. So that's where we have marked. And on this one, we are going to go on an angle of the angle that the scapula is at. So we give a pinch, and then we will go underneath, and we get 26. Two more, Jason. The next one will be the superiliac, which will be, to find this landmark, we're going to go right from the anterior part of the armpit straight down, and then Jason, I'm going to touch you in your hip here to find where your iliac crest is, and then we will go 2 centimeters above that, right where that line of the armpit will be, where those lines will meet. And then this will be another angle because we want to take this measurement along the angle that the iliac crest is on. So I will pinch up top, come underneath with the calipers, and we get 20 for that site. And then our last one, if you could pull those pant legs up again, or that pant leg up again for me. This one we will measure from the inguinal crease. So I will touch your hip here with the tape measure, come down to the top of the patella, and we find that this is 46. So we have marked the halfway point to be 23. Just like we have done before, we will pinch up top, calipers underneath right at that site, and we get 15. So now that we have all these measurements, they will be put into an equation. We will be able to determine your total percent body fat, and then based off of that number, we will be able to see what category you fall in, if you're in the normal range, overweight, obese, and then what kind of exercise and diet prescriptions we can have for you to adjust that to be in a range that we are comfortable